Sunglasses because I have to wear stupid glasses and I'm blind. I think I'm going to go and get a pair of the transitional ones that, what is my hair doing? Oh my god. The ones that turn into sunglasses, you know, because I can't stand this anymore. I've never owned them. And I always said, oh, I don't want those because they're weird. This is a weird way to start this video. Hi, welcome to my channel. I'm Mare. I am in my Jeep doing a vlog. It's been a few days since since like last Friday, since I had time to do anything like makeup or a makeup look or makeup related or anything like that. Although I did do that unboxing the other night. It's been a rough week. So I just wanted to do a vlog checking in right now in case I don't have time to do anything over the next few days, but we'll see what happens. Where to start? Well, I am on my way to an emergency vet appointment with the dude who is my little Chinese crusted guy who's going to be 14, God willing, December 30th. I hope. I have to try to get through this without breaking down crying because yesterday mostly I just spent the day breaking down crying. And yeah. We've had a rough week. He went to the vet and he got put on some new meds for his back legs, which honestly seems to be helping. He's a little bit more mobile, but now that he's more mobile, I really see like how bad his canine dementia is. I've spent the last couple days kind of dog-proofing everything. I've had to move furniture. I've had to put beds and things and dog gates up everywhere to block off areas of the house. I have to keep doors closed. I just don't know where to start with this. Okay, so dude is obviously older. He's going to be 14. He's a little Chinese crested. He's 10.5 pounds. He's actually a Chinese crested mix, but that's another story. His mom was a Chinese crested. I just call him a Chinese crested because he's a little naked boy. He's a hairless, and he has a little mohawk, and that's about all the hair he has. He is also the love of my life. His brother Voodoo was my first boy crested, and I called Voodoo my son. I said, if you know, I could never have kids, and I'm not even saying this jokingly, but I always feel like the soul of the kid that I could not give birth to, not that I wanted to, but my body couldn't anyway, the soul of the kid I would have had still got to me in the form of Voodoo. Voodoo is a Virgo, which is what his dad is. His dad being my husband, by the way. I've never called my dogs my daughter, my son, or anything like that, really. I jokingly would say my 3 sons with my first 3 Italian Greyhound boys, but that would be more like the making, you know, like a joke about my 3 sons. The old, I forgot when that, I never watched it. That was even before my time. That was Boomer TV. But I never really seriously was like, this dog is my child. I've always considered myself more like their caregiver, their guardian. I like the word guardian. It's like a guardianship, you know. You are taking care of them. You protect them. You do the best for them. You do everything good for them. You try to keep them safe and comfortable and happy and healthy. So I'm not saying you don't do that with kids too, but I think guardian to me on a deeper like soul level, that means more, because everybody can be a parent to a child, but not all of them can be a guardian, and we know what I'm talking about. There are some horrible parents out there. I know some people watching this maybe have had them. I was lucky. I had really great parents. My parents were also guardians. They guarded me. They protected me. They did everything right for me. I can't have zero real complaints about my parents. My mom worked with what she had to work with, and My mom was challenged in a lot of ways that I don't want to go into right now. I've talked about, I think, in a couple of lives and things, but my mom was she was an amazing mom, and my dad is just my hero. So I have no complaints. My parents were wonderful, but there are a lot of parents out there that are not so wonderful. So I think to call yourself a guardian or what's the other? A caregiver. A caregiver is more like, that implies that they're sick or something. But I love the word guardian. So I am a pet guardian. I protect my guys. I take care of them. I do everything for them. Well, Voodoo was the only dog that... And Tippy was pretty much like my daughter too. My dad even called my first foster fail Italian Greyhound Tippy, who's tattooed right there, by the way. My dad said that's my granddaughter, and my dad called Tippy his granddaughter. So she was very much kind of my daughter as well. I don't want to say none of the dogs have ever meant that much to me or anything. They all mean everything to me. But there was something about Voodoo. I first met him 2 days after he was born. So it was almost like my son had a surrogate that was a dog. Ha ha ha, you know, whatever. I'm joking. I know what, don't come at me with like human kids versus dogs, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I've heard it for like longer than some of these people who bitch about that have been alive. So I don't want to hear it. Anyway, but I called Voodoo my son, and when I lost him, I was devastated. When I actually saw little dude, I was like, oh my God, he's Voodoo's mini-me. He looked like a tiny version of Voodoo, which I thought was cool, and I wanted Voodoo to have a little brother. So I actually adopted Dude, and I called him, I didn't know what to call him. Little Dude came out of Voodoo. So Voodoo was the original boy that I got, and then Little Dude came along, and he was like Little Dew, and I call him Little Dew. He was like Little Voodoo. He's like Voodoo Junior, Voodoo 2, Electric Boogaloo. You know, he looked so much like him, and everything about them was, I mean, they're definitely different personalities. What's really funny is Voodoo is a Virgo, and Dude is a Capricorn. And my husband is a Virgo, and I'm a Capricorn. So the dynamic is all there. We all work together. Sometimes we butt heads. Anyway, roundabout to... Now, I can't get emotional. I can't cry. I'm driving, and it's rush hour. It's 9:37. There's people everywhere, and it's Friday. I can't start crying. I'll have to pull over, and then I'll be late for our appointment that they squozed us in for. So what Dude means to me is just, he and Voodoo were inseparable. And like I said, and Dude, I always felt kind of bad for Dude because he knew that Voodoo was the number one guy. Voodoo was the alpha. Voodoo was everything. Voodoo was the alpha, omega, everything, eternity. And I never loved Dude any less, but because Voodoo came along first, and he was such an alpha boy, and he was like the boss of the family, Dude always got kind of like pushed to second place. He was like, Voodoo was my right-hand guy, and Dude was my left-hand guy. So, you know how there's number one in Star Trek? Voodoo was my number one. Number one. And Dude just kind of had to like deal with it, which I always kind of felt bad for, because I don't know, Voodoo was always really bossy with him. He was kind of always like the bossy older brother, and Voodoo always slept by me, and Dude was not allowed by Voodoo to come any closer to me when I was laying in bed. Voodoo would guard me and not let Dude get like past my waist if he wanted to come up and see me. So Dude always slept down at my feet, and Voodoo always slept up by me, by my pillow. It took a long time after Voodoo passed away. He had acute kidney failure. It happened like in the blink of an eye, and we're pretty sure it was due to a tick bite that he got. He got anaplasmosis, and I will never stop blaming myself for the fact that he got a tick and he got that. and it was like in the middle of winter on top of it, so you wouldn't even think you would have to be on flea or tick meds. Hell, I got a tick on me when I was trail running once in February here. I went home in February one year, and it was right around the time Voodoo got sick. I went home from a run, and I remember it was like the second or third week of February, because I was training for the New York City Half Marathon. And so I think this was 2019, I'm pretty sure. Anyway, I had a tick on my back, on my lower back, and I had to pull that thing off. It was terrible. So even in February here, in the Poconos, in Northeast Pennsylvania, tick. So I don't know. It sucks, because it's like you really almost have to keep dogs with the way the climate is changing, and don't say it isn't, because why do I have freaking ticks in Northeast Pennsylvania where people come to go skiing, and we have ticks now in February? Why? February ticks. Okay, anyway, don't get me started on that. So Voodoo got anaplasmosis, and he was really sick, and he came out of it, and he was fine. But then within a year or two, his kidneys just shut down completely, and it was really bad. It happened so fast. It happened over the course of like 2 weeks. Within 2 weeks, it's like he got sick. He was in emergency for days and days. He was at the vet like 24/7 on fluids. They were doing everything for him, and they finally had to send him home and say, you know, he's not getting better. He's not changing. We're just charging you tons of money, and nothing is improving. So I took him to a specialist in Philadelphia. We drove almost 3 hours to go to the University of Philadelphia Veterinary Medicine School, which is one of the best in the country. And they did ultrasounds, they did x-rays, they did everything, and they said his kidneys were just done. They were just ruined. Like, you couldn't, there was no fixing them, there was no repairing them. I had gotten the ultrasound and everything, because I said, is there a chance that only one kidney is bad, we can remove it, and he could survive on one kidney, much like people do. I was like, can he do dialysis? Is there a kidney transplant? I even went there because I wanted to know if there was any clinical trials of things that weren't even tested or FDA approved. He was so sick, it's like, you know what, let him try it, because if it works, great. But either way, we're going to lose him, so we might as well try anything. And they had nothing they could do for him. And literally 2 days after, the second day after we were there, we were driving home from Philadelphia, and the internal medicine doctor that we had seen there called me, and I remember exactly where I pulled over with Voodoo and my husband in the car. We pulled over, and she called me and said she had all the results of everything, and she said, it's so bad that I would just prepare yourself, that you don't have much time. And I remember, and I was driving, so it sucked. I'm glad I knew I pulled over, because I'm like, this is going to be bad, or if it is, I don't want to be driving and crying. So I pull over, and she's like, I would let him go sooner than later, because dying from acute kidney failure, like what he has, is horribly painful, and it's really terrible, and you won't want to put him through that. So she's like, if you think it's not time yet, it's probably time. So literally, like, the next day, I spent that day with him, and then the next day we let him go, because he was so lethargic. He couldn't stand up. I was holding him, and he was just kind of flopping around, and he was looking at me with these eyes, like, he looked so miserable. So I couldn't do it to him. So we went that next day, and I messaged her, and I said, you know, thank you for trying to help. Thank you for everything you guys did. I said, thank you for the advice, because you were right. It was just bad. You know, we couldn't keep him like that. We couldn't leave him like that. So, I mean, he was not doing, he wasn't eating, he wasn't drinking, he wasn't doing anything. He was completely 100% lethargic. So we had to let him go. But all that sad stuff to say, I had a backup. I knew losing Voodoo was going to be like the worst thing of my life, or one of the worst things in my life, because I had met him when he was only 2 days old. One of the first videos on my YouTube channel is, I'll put a link, there's Voodoo as a baby, filmed on a freaking flip phone. That's why the footage is so bad. That's how long ago it was. It was filmed on a flip phone. Oh my God. And I got him, and he came home with me. Well, I got to actually, I puppy sat his litter. His mom was named Paris Hairless Hilton. So Paris Harris Hilton was his mom, and he had a litter of, what was there, 6 or 7? It was a pretty big litter. Or was it, wait, 1, 2, I'm trying to think how many it was. I have pictures of them. Anyway, he was the only hairless. There were 3 powder puffs. I think there were 2 powder puffs. It was 5. 2 powder puffs, 2 hairy hairlesses, and Voodoo. Because Chinese cresteds get born different ways. Like, it depends on the genes. So you don't always get all hairlesses. You don't always get all powder puffs, which are there are Chinese cresteds that have all their hair. They're called powder puffs. A hairy hairless is kind of what Luna is. Luna has, like, they call it furnishings or feathers. She has, like, the legs and the long tail and the long, like the horsey mane. Those are called hairy hairlesses. And then there's Dude and Voodoo are true hairlesses. So Voodoo was the only true hairless. So he was he was number 5. There were, and it was so funny at the time. The breeder had to go out of town, and she had to help a friend of hers. So I watched the litter. She goes, "Can you watch them?" I'm like, "Oh my God, are you kidding?" Yes. So not only did I get to take care of a whole litter of puppies that were they hadn't even opened their eyes yet, but the coolest part about it was Voodoo was at my house, and I was holding him the first time he opened his eyes. I'm the first thing he saw. So, and I'm sure it was very blurry and shadowy and everything, but I'm the first person he saw. And the first thing I said to him was, "Hello, little Doo, I am your mama." And it's funny because the breeder told me, literally, when he came out of his mom, she saw him come out and he was all black with a white mohawk. And she said, "Oh, you are Mare's. You are Mare's baby." Anyway, I am like all over the place with this, and I'm turning into the vet, but I'm early, so I'm not going to go in yet. Hi, dude. Okay, wait, you got to see him really quick because he's just being so cute. What are you doing? You're pretty cozy in there, aren't you? Look at this cozy guy. He's all strapped in. He's in his lookout bed. So this is a taller bed. So he's kind of window level because he gets very car sick. And he did eat this morning. He had his insulin. We are here because, let me get around to this. This guy saved my life. When I lost Voodoo, I don't think I could have survived it. I mean, I didn't do well. And to this day, every day I wish Voodoo was here. You can tell how little Dude is. Look at, I'm petting him, and it's like, his nose is like half the length of my finger. So he's 10.5 pounds. He used to be a big meatball. He used to be a ham. He always had challenges with his weight. I think he was just destined to be diabetic. I could never get his weight under control, and I would barely feed him and he wouldn't lose weight. It was crazy. Anyway, look at this guy. Do you have pets that you love so much that you just listen to them breathe? You just want to sit and listen to them breathe? That's how I am with this guy. His little mohawk. It's so thin now. Oh my God, you have an old man mohawk. Anyway, this week, well, he's been having trouble with his back legs, which I talked about in a video before. There was like Pet Update 1 and Pet Update 2, and I'll like put links at the end if you want to watch that. If you're not here for my dogs and the makeup and all that, and you're like, what about makeup and unboxings? Like, sorry, these guys come first to me. I will, as I said, as a guardian, this is like, makeup can go suck a bag of you-know-whats. I don't care. This is what I care about. This is a living, breathing thing that trusts me, and I have to protect him, and he makes me so happy every day of my life. And when I lost Voodoo, this guy saved my life. I don't know where I would have been without him. then he really came into his own after we lost Voodoo, because it took him like a good 4 to 6 months to realize nobody was beating him up anymore or pushing him around. And then he became the king of the castle and the only boy in the house. Now Casper's here, and Dude is like, what the heck, dude? But they're doing okay. They just avoid each other, and which is how I want it, because I don't want the puppy bothering Dude. Dude is older. Like I said, I am his guardian. The puppy is not allowed to jump all over Dude or bother him. Dude doesn't deserve that, and the puppy needs to learn boundaries and manners. So it's going really well. So the puppy totally respects him. He totally reads his body signs, and you know, Dude will like bare his teeth and kind of growl, and even though Casper can't hear him, he can tell this guy's looking at me like he means business and I better leave him alone. So it's working out great. But Dude came to the vet. We got meds for his back legs, and I told her, I said, I'm a little worried it might upset his tummy. Yeah, you don't like those pills, they upset your tummy. But he is so much more mobile. He's getting around so much better. The bad thing is now, all of a sudden, he is drinking and peeing like crazy. And so we are here with, look what I got, Dude. Wait, I don't want to dox myself. This had antibiotics in it, and now it has some of Dude's pee in it, because I had to get a urinalysis for him. 2 things we did not do on Monday when we were here. We didn't do a CBC, a complete blood panel, because we just did one last month. And we didn't do a urinalysis. But the way he's peeing and drinking and peeing and drinking, sometimes, like, literally yesterday, guys, he drank, peed, and then peed again 90 minutes later. And I'm like, it's not normal for him. He's having accidents in my bed all the time. I just got a whole bunch of waterproof sheets and mattress covers from Amazon. Thank God for Amazon. They delivered right away, like within 2 days. I don't get the next day. I live in the boonies. We don't do next day, hardly ever. I flip back around. We'll go this way. Okay, so he's over there. Anyway, we got to get up and go in a second, buddy. I can undo this. He's got his little sweatshirt on, so he stays warm. But I've been sleep deprived all week because he's having senior moments at night. He will get out of the bed and then he gets lost. He gets stuck under my desk. He's gotten stuck behind toilets. I think I might have talked about this. So I spent the last couple of days completely rearranging the whole house and trying to put dog gates up everywhere where I think he might get stuck, keeping bathroom doors closed, keeping my office door closed. But he is a lot more mobile and is getting around a lot. But it's like he will just have to pee, and he either doesn't wake up or in time, or he can't hold it and he'll pee in my bed, which, like I said, it's fine. I have mattress pads and I have pee resistant everything. And now I also have pee proof blankets that maybe I'll show you guys when I get home. So the reason we're back at the vets 3 days, or we were here Monday, now we're back here Friday. The reason we're back is I'm going to get his urine checked. We're have the vet take a look at him again, and he did have x-rays and his kidneys looked okay in the x-rays. So my hope is that he has some kind of urine bladder or kidney infection, because the last time we were here in November, I think it was I think a week before Thanksgiving, I got him checked out and they said he had a slight infection going on. He was on antibiotics. He seemed to do better during that time. He went through the course of antibiotics, went off of them, and then he seems like he got a little worse again. So I'm hoping that he just has a kidney or a bladder infection, and that's all that's wrong. I am really hoping he's not having kidney failure, because if he has, I don't know. I had serious like PTSD yesterday. I just broke down crying all day. He just kept peeing and he kept drinking. I was so upset. He doesn't seem like he's in any pain or anything though. So that's why I'm hoping that's just an infection. So we're going to go in and we're going to cross our fingers. I'm ready for whatever happens. I'll do everything for him that I have to do, but I'm hoping it's just an infection. So keep your fingers crossed. I'll be right back. Dude, look a little perkier. I swear, I think you feel better because this costs so much money. Look at all the stuff you got. He's got all of this. He's got all of this. Look at all, oh my gosh. So many meds. He's got Entice, he's got Famotidine, he's got prebiotic, or probiotic? Prebiotic, wait. He's got gabapentin now instead of Galliprant. And this is food to hopefully, it's a gastrointestinal biome to hopefully help his tummy. You better eat this. You can't just live on chicken nuggies, you know. Okay, so let's get going and we'll finish this vlog up. But I feel better because your kidneys aren't completely going to pot yet. And you're looking a little better, buddy. Look at this guy. He goes, is it nugget time? He knows it's time to go hit a drive-through. And the heat's blowing on him, so he's very happy. Okay, you're already all tucked in here, so let me get my camera set and I gotta get my seatbelt on and we will head home. Oh my God, you're so precious. Backing out of the vets. Oh my God, the most expensive dog ever. No, actually, is it bad that I'm like, that wasn't that bad, it was under $700? Yeah, it was 640 something. Oh my God, I don't know. We have
no number available. Press Uconnect phone button and say text message to read it.
Stop talking. So we have a card on file at the vet office because we go to the vet so much, because we have senior dogs and we're constantly at the vet. We have Mr. Dude here who is diabetic, so he's here every month. We have Eliza who's got leukemia, who has to keep getting her white blood cell count checked, and she comes every 1 to 2 months. And Luna Bun, who's just a slew of walking issues, so she's always here. Anyway, and then we're gonna have a puppy here in January going for his neuter and his rabies shot, and then at least that guy, hopefully, God willing, we don't have to worry about. So let me give you guys a dude update. I was there, oh my God, it is noon now. I've been there 2 hours. My appointment was at 10 a.m. and I was literally just in the vet office for 2 entire hours. Appointment was at 10. I got in, I went in just like about 10 to 10. I walked in, we weighed him. His weight is the same as it was Monday. So he looks a little more gaunt. Even the one receptionist said, is he losing weight? He looks skinnier. And I said, no, he actually weighed the exact same. He's 10 and a half. We try to keep him around 11 pounds. Yes, I'm talking about you. So we want to get his weight up a little bit if we can. But our regular vet, Dr. Christine, is on vacation right now. But the vet that we saw, she was so good. She's been with them about 8 years. And she was very thorough and checked out everything. And she sat down next to me after we had to wait. First of all, we had to wait for them to get urine, do his blood draw, and then they ran everything in-house. That's one of the things. It's a little more expensive, but it's nice because I don't have to wait to get all the results back. You know, like when they send it out, we don't have to do that. They have their own in-house lab here. Not a lab like a Labrador Retriever. Although Dr. Sammy does have labs. And she has a lab. That is so cheesy. Anyway. Oh my God. I'm in a better mood now because I'm feeling a little more hopeful. The short story is dude's kidneys are, his bun and his creatinine are a little bit higher, but not like ridiculous like he's in full-on kidney failure. So he's just having a lot of senior things all hitting him. But I was right. I knew it. He has an infection, like a urinary tract type of infection. So he's drinking and he's peeing and he's drinking and he's peeing. He needs lots of cranberry juice. No, I'm kidding. He actually has antibiotics for that. And oh God, I don't even know how to list all the meds that he's on. It's ridiculous how many meds he's on. He's got I just don't even know how to start. Okay, well, taking pain meds for the spinal compression thing now. We're switching it from Galliprant to gabapentin, which I had to do with 2 other dogs in the past. Both Trudy and Rusty, Italian Greyhounds, who are no longer with us. We lost Rusty in February of 2022, sorry, and we lost Trudy in May of this year. They both had spinal issues too as they got older, and they were both on Galliprant and gabapentin. And then what we had to do was cut out the Galliprant and only have them on gabapentin. Galliprant is a little pill, and gabapentin is a liquid. And personally, I like the gabapentin because it's a liquid and it's easier to give to the dogs. You just squirt it in their mouth, as opposed to if they don't have an appetite and they don't want to eat and you're trying to get a pill in them. Also, the gabapentin just never caused stomach upsets or any kind of problems for the other girls that were on it. And dude seems to be carrying on that tradition, because the Galliprant yesterday was explosive diarrhea all over my bed. Looked like Jackson Pollock painting in my bed, the stinkiest painting in the world. It smelled terrible. It was everywhere. He was, I think, sleeping or laying down when it happened, and then he got upset and he walked through it all, so it was all caked in his nails and his paws, and even his head smelled like poop. It was everywhere. So I had to fold the blankets all in, grab him. I was carrying him, like holding him, trying to fold the blankets in so that none of the other dogs went and jumped up there or walked in it. Folded it all up in a bundle, threw it down the stairs. Then I had to give him a bath. It was really bad, you guys. Yesterday, I was just, I don't mind caring for him at all. I will do whatever. I had poop all over my hands. There was poop on my pillow. There were poop on my shorts that were sitting on the edge of the bed that I just wear around the house, or like before I go to bed, or I'll sleep in them. And it was like everywhere. And I'm like, I don't care. I'll do whatever I have to do for this guy. Everything can be cleaned. Everything can be washed. It's fine. But what I hate is how upset he gets. I hate how upset he gets it, like when he has an accident or he doesn't feel good. And the thing is, I'm trying to like comfort him and make him feel better, but then I have to clean everything at the same time because all the other dogs are trying to run through it. So it's a little bit of a disaster. But I think that, I'm not sure, but I think that the whole diarrhea, mess and all of that was probably from the pill that he was on. That it's, I could be wrong, but that's the only thing that's different. He didn't get it right away. Like, he didn't get diarrhea right away when he started taking the pill on Monday. But sometimes it's like, it's cumulative. It takes a few days, then it really starts bothering him. So I think that's probably what happened. And he just had a massive mess yesterday. But I'm hoping that now on the gabapentin, he won't have any of these problems. I talked about this before. I said, he needs to eat because we don't want him to lose more weight. By the way, yes, this is a whole senior dogs problem video. So if you're not down with all that, or you don't care, you don't have to watch this. I get it. And some people get upset or whatever, triggered, whatever. It's part of life. When you have pets, they get older and you have problems to deal with. I've gone through this so many times with so many dogs and other pets, and even chickens and ducks. I've had so many pets that I've gone through like all the senior stuff with, that like I knew, I already knew going into this. I'm like, I know he's, he might have a problem with the Galliprant. I know, like, the way he's peeing and drinking water, either it's he's having an acute kidney failure thing like Voodoo had, or he's got a bladder or a urinary infection or something. And and he got a neck bruisey from his blood draw, so they had ice pack on it. Oh, dude. And now we're stuck in traffic. I don't know what is going on here, but that's fine because I can sit and talk to you. I could have taken the back way. I didn't Google it because I'm sitting here. Normally I Google and see what the traffic's doing, and I didn't. And I guess I should have, but whatever. I'm stuck in like a half a mile back up. It's not terrible. Plus I can sit here and vlog and update you on the dude. And I just got the dude in the car with me, and it's a gorgeous day. It's going to be 54 today. 2 weeks into December, and it's 54 degrees. I really feel bad for like plants and animals, because like outdoor, like wild animals and plants in my garden, they're so confused when it does this. It's like freezing at night, then it's like 54 in the daytime. It's like, what? Ugh. I hate when it stays like, it's not going to stay warm like this, I don't think, but it's going to be in the 40s all next week. But it's just, I feel so bad because all of my bulbs will start coming up and things will start growing like it's warm, it's spring. It's like, no, it's not. It wasn't even winter yet. Anyway, I digress. So she suspects like everything that's going on with his numbers. The big thing is like he probably is, she said, you know, he's having stomach upset from the galliprant, like I said. She's like, but also with everything he's on, with being on insulin and being on that, she's like, do you give him any probiotics or anything for his gut biome? And I said, no, but I've considered it. You know, I've thought like he could benefit from that. I would, if you have something you suggest, I'll try it, because there's so many out there. I really didn't want to just start buying them and trying different ones. I'd rather have my vet go, this is one we use that works, or whatever, or talk to some people I know and try it. But at this point, the thing is, like, I don't like adding anything to his routine without talking to my vet, because he's been, again, like at the vet for over a year now, every single month. I mean, we're going on like 14 or 15 months at least, I think maybe even longer, of every single month he's at the vet. We do this every month. So they have his whole history. They know everything that's going on. And I love my vet. They're great. They're very thorough. And so I don't like to add, like, I don't want to just go, oh, I'm just going to give him this. I'm going to add this in his diet, whatever. Because with him having the things that he has going on, and I've talked about this before, he's diabetic, but he also has kidney. He's in the first stages of his, he's an old dog. You know, sorry, dude, you are. It's not bad. I'm old too. Mommy's old too. We're both old, and that's okay. Some people don't even enjoy the process of getting old, or get old. And like, what's that saying that I always say, and you're saying it and yelling it at the screen, I never quote it right. It's don't regret getting older, it's a privilege denied to many, or something like that. It's like, you know, people want to sit there and complain about getting old and how much it sucks. Well, you know, my brother who died of cancer over 10 years ago, he probably would have loved the opportunity to be able to grow old, and he couldn't because he died of cancer. So that's one thing I always keep in mind. That really helped me with aging too, because I was like one of those, oh yeah, getting old sucks, blah, I hate it. It's like, you know what, I would rather age gracefully and with grace and dignity and appreciate the process, because, and there's people who are like, oh, I would rather die than get old. It's like, yeah, you say that now, but watching my brother in hospice and everything that he went through, and missing out on his retirement. You know, he had retired and then got cancer and died. So same thing happened to my father-in-law. Retired, died. Didn't even get to really enjoy their retirement. You know, hardly had any retirement and died from cancer. So I am, any kids or young people out there who want to be like, I'd rather die than get old. Yeah, you say that now, kids. Watch people you love die prematurely from things like cancer and not be able to see them get old, or let them enjoy getting old and see grandkids. You know, it's, anyway, I'm getting angry about that because I hate when people are ageist, and I hate when people complain about age and getting old, and I just hate ageism in general. Overall, I hate it. It's just, it's one of the cruelest things I think you can be. The reason is everybody is going to get old. It's like, don't be ageist, because someday you're going to be old and somebody's going to be ageist to you, and you know, it's going to be like, how does it feel now? How do you like it? So it goes along with it. Don't treat people how you don't want to be treated. You know, if you don't want to be treated that way and don't want to have to experience that someday, and you're going to, if you're young, I guarantee if you are not already experiencing it and you're older, you will experience it. And it's bullshit, because everybody's going to get old. And I never understood why my parents were so mad at me when I would be such an asshole when I was young and be like, old people, and now I understand. And the joke of life is that you never understand it until you actually get old. That's the joke's on you. And I'm telling you, young people, take it from a Gen X person. If you don't listen to anyone else, you have to listen to a Gen X person when they say, we were the OG. Well, no, hippies were kind of that way too. Like old people, oh, they don't know, boomers, whatever. And, oh, I never want to get old. Screw that. Bleh, old people don't know. Getting old sucks. And then, you know what? You get older and you're like, oh, shit. So, yeah. So just don't. That's why I get angry about brands that are ageist, makeup brands that I don't want to support because they never show anyone older. They think that, I'm like, yo, we're the ones with the money. We're the empty nesters. Gen X people, we got the money, we got the empty nest. What else are we gonna do? Save for retirement and buy makeup. But no, don't market to us, you dumbasses. They're stupid. They're so stupid. And it makes me mad because it's like if I had a degree in marketing and advertising, that's probably what I would focus on. Is I would focus on Gen X advertising because it's such an untapped thing. Hi, dude. Are you waiting to go get your drive-thru? We're going. We're out of the traffic jam. Anyway, back to the dude who is old, and I am old, and that's okay. But the best thing you can do, I mean, like with him, all I can do is support his aging, and I can make it as comfortable and happy and non-painful and keep him as comfortable as possible until it's his time. And believe me, I've had to make the decision to let dogs go more times than you guys even know. And I am not high handsome. And this guy definitely, bless you, he's all perky now. Every time we go to the vet and we spend a ton of money on him, he's in such a good mood in the car on the way home. And I'm like, you little shit, I swear, you are like, haha. I'm going to be like, I'm dying. Take me to the vet. $647, please. Oh my God, I'm in the car and I feel so much better now. Is that your game? Anyway, so he has a gut microbiome food. He has famotidine. They wanted to give him omeprazole, but they didn't have, for his size, they didn't have it without ordering like a suspension version of it. And the vet said she would prefer the I don't know if I'm saying it, the omeprazole. She would prefer that because of his kidney issues and his liver issues. So dude has a few things going on. He's going to be 14, so he's just old. Compressed discs. He's got a little bit of some heart disease just starting. Not bad. It's like his heart's like 9 out of 10. Good. He's in the very beginning stages of some kidney failure, but it's not terrible. We're just trying to keep it under control. What else? The spine thing I said. Oh, he's diabetic. He's been diabetic for over a year. Let's see. I'm going through his body. I'm thinking head to toe, what's wrong with you? Let's see. He's got some canine dementia going on, which is not surprising. The biggest thing is I don't know how much is canine dementia and how much is he's losing his vision, partially because of being diabetic and partially like he's 14 almost. He's 2 weeks away from being 14. So, you know, he's starting to lose his vision and he's not dealing with it well. He gets very lost. He gets very confused. And I don't know how much of it's canine dementia and how much of it is just losing his vision, and he's upset by that. So, you know, it's 6 of one, half dozen of the other, as my husband likes to say. Anyway, all of this also, and the stress, the vet mentioned, just the stress of like losing his vision, being uncomfortable, having an infection. All of this stuff is also making his tummy upset. He's a sensitive guy. He's a Capricorn. He's like his mom. We get upset. We get sensitive. The first thing that goes is our stomach. Our stomach gets all messed up. So he's got kind of an upset tummy. So we're going to do some stuff for his gut microbiome. We're going to do some stuff for to help his digestion and things like that. And hopefully that will all make him feel better. Yes, buddy. Yes, buddy. He stood up and did a little shake, and now I'm just scratching the side of his face, and he's loving it. Speaking of you're loving it, we got to get you some more nuggets. Although, look, we're trying to cut down on the nuggets and get him eating regular dog food that's properly balanced for him. But my other vet also said, you know, when he doesn't want to eat, like, get him to eat whatever he'll eat. At his age, when they get older, that's one thing I will tell you that I've learned over the years. Don't get all nitpicky about they have to eat the perfect food and they gotta eat. Like, whatever they gotta eat, they gotta eat. Sometimes all you want is, you know, French fries. You feel terrible. My friend Jamie, who's a doctor, always says his cure to everything is McDonald's, large French fries, and a large Coke. He's like, large fries and a large Coke from McDonald's, you'll feel so much better. And it has to do with, as he said, the electrolytes. He's like, you have sugar, you have salt. He goes, there's something about it. I don't know what it is. But he said if you're recovering from, like, the flu or anything, not while you're actively sick, but while you're kind of, are you okay, buddy? Or are you standing up? Well, we're about to pull into a parking lot, so we'll check on you. But you want to, oh, by the way, dude's electrolytes are really good. She said his electrolytes are perfect. So that's a good thing. Anyway, that was one thing that I am kind of quite happy about. He is like readjusting. I feel like he has to go potty or something. Nobody's gonna, I know, dude, are you okay? You're not gonna puke, are you? He's kind of looking pukey. Can I? Are you okay? Are you just readjusting? Hard to tell. Okay. DoorDash guy walking out with a big bag of McDonald's. I got that yesterday because I had to get to the dude some nuggets. All right, I'm going to go through this drive-thru and get him some nugs because it makes him feel, oh, so much better. Oh, my God. Sky, missing. Mount Nebo Park area, last seen Saturday, November 25th, $500 reward. Somebody lost a spaniel. It looks like it's probably a hunting dog, too. Oh, that sucks. Okay, I go to Mount Nebo Park, and I've walked around there, so I am definitely going to keep my eyes open for that dog. I mean, I don't care so much about... The $500 is a nice thing for them to offer, but I just... Oh, my God, I can't imagine. Okay, I got to order dude's food. I got him... Oh, my God, look how perky you are. Wait. He's all perky because he knows we're in the drive-thru. We're in the drive-thru! Magic food window. Are you even in the picture? There you are. Magic food. Mommy's got to pay. Okay, I have to pay. Oh my God, that was so funny. The guy who works here, it's a long story. Okay, so this is so funny. I came to this McDonald's when I was coming back from Michigan, okay, in October. And the first thing I did was hit this drive-thru because I was like starving and I needed something to drink, and I've been driving like 10 hours. It was lunchtime, so I came here. Oh, good Coke. So I came here, and I had a box of the delightful donuts from Mount Clemens. The box was on my seat, and the guy in the window who works here at the drive-thru saw it, and he said, oh my God, that is the coolest box I've ever seen. Where did you get that? Where did you get those donuts? And I'm like, I hate to tell you. And he goes, what? I said, Michigan. And he started laughing. I was like, no. I'm like, yes. And they are the best donuts in the world. So this was in October. He knows my Jeep because I'm always going to get dude drive-thru when he won't eat. The only thing dude will eat is nuggets if he won't eat. And he's, like I said, we got to keep weight on him. So sometimes the only thing he'll eat is McNuggets. So we have a very expensive McDonald's habit because of the dogs. Not us. Like, I have food at home, but the lady at the window gave me the bag, and she goes, enjoy your lunch. And I go, well, it's mostly his food. I got a Coke. So, and she was laughing. She goes, oh my God, my dog too. Like, they always, like, if she doesn't bark while I'm eating, she'll get like a little piece of whatever I have. If she doesn't, like, try to steal it. So I said, well, there's something magical about McNuggets, and all of my elderly dogs, when they won't eat anything else, and the vet's like, just get them to eat anything, they'll eat McNuggets. There's some magic in them for dogs. I don't know. I personally don't eat them because I don't eat chicken. But anyway, if you have an elderly dog and it won't eat, I'm telling you, you have to cut it up into little tiny pieces too. Unless you have a giant dog who will just inhale it. But with Dude, I have to cut the McNuggets up into little tiny, like I have to dice them, and then he totally pigs out and will eat a bunch of them. And that triggers his appetite, and then I can get him eating again. He's not just living on McNuggets, so don't be like, oh my God, all you do is feed your dog McNuggets. No, my vet knows this. Like I said, I tell them everything. I told them today, last night, and today, the only thing he would eat is McNuggets. And they're like, just get him eating. And now we have this gut microbiome food. And I said, well, okay, I'm going to tell you, I don't know if you'll eat it. I may have to put some nuggets on top. And they said, whatever you have to do. That's from my vet, okay? Because, as I said, Dude is old. We just want him eating. We don't want him starving to death. Where else was I going? Oh, the donuts. So anyway, I drive up to pay, and the guy's like, no donuts yet? Where's my donuts? And I go, oh my God, it's the donut guy. So I told him, I said, I'm not going to Michigan anytime soon, but my friends are coming from Michigan on the 29th. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to see, Jamie won't do it. I'm telling you right now, Jamie will not do this for me. Jeremy will do it for me. I need Jeremy to go, if you're watching this, I need Jeremy to go and get like 24 donuts, and I will give you money, Jeremy. Don't worry, I will pay for them. Or I will call Russ and tell them. Actually, I bet I could call Russ and have him pack up 24 donuts. I can pay over the phone, and I could just have Jamie or Jeremy like pick them up for me. But what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to have delightful donuts and cupcakes delivered by my friends on December 29th, and they will bring them from Michigan 10 hours all the way here. And this poor guy at McDonald's, I'm telling you, this is the kind of person I am. Don't ever think I'm an ass or I'm a jerk, because this is the kind of thing I think. I'm like, this kid is so nice. And I love that, like, he remembers me every time. He's like, so no donuts yet? And I'm like, oh my God. It would make his year if I just like showed up to the McDonald's drive-thru when he's here and show up with like some donuts and be like, here's some donuts for you from Michigan, from this place. He's like me. He's a donut connoisseur. He's like, there are no good donuts around here. Now, when Jeremy gets here, we are going to go to Duck Donuts, which I haven't reviewed yet. I did the donut and the milkshake. I don't know if you remember that. But I haven't been to Duck Donuts. And honestly, you guys, just so you know, because people are like, you love donuts. I'm like, let me tell you how much I don't love donuts. I love donuts when Jeremy's here, and it's a thing we review. The last donuts I ate were in Michigan in October, okay? When I did all the donut things. Oh my God, my throat's so dry. When we did the last video I did, it did go up like this month, but it was called Farewell Fall Flavors. If I remember, I'll put a card up here. But it was a Farewell Fall Flavors donut vlog, and it was when I was in Michigan, October 28th or 29th or something. Jeremy and I reviewed the fall donuts, some fall donuts and things from Delightful Donuts and Cupcakes there, which is it's one location, it's one bakery in Mount Clemens, Michigan. If you're around there, highly recommend go see them. Tell Russ I sent you. He is awesome. We love him. They are LGBTQIA owned and operated. It's a family business. I absolutely love the people there. It's probably a good thing that I don't live in Michigan, because I would think I would be there like way too often. Are you okay? You didn't puke, did you? No. Okay. He's looking like he's feeling a little pukey. You okay, dude? The bad thing for my dogs is we're going up the road now. You'll hear, again, I always say I live up a mountain. Listen to the Jeep. We're just going to be going uphill this whole way. Anyway, my road is uphill or downhill, and it's very windy. So if you have pets that get motion sick, this is exactly a good way to get them really sick in the car. Oh, that's the other thing that Dude is getting. Oh, that's the other med that you have. With everything going on with him, she thinks that he has some nausea going on, so he has an anti-nausea. Now I have hiccups from my Coke. Great. He's going to be on an anti-nausea medication. So I think what I'm going to do with this vlog is I'm going to cut this down in just a second here and cut it short. And then the next time you see me, I'll be in my house and we will like go through what I have to go through now. Now the hardest thing for me, okay, I didn't record the last couple of days, and this is why, is all of this. Yesterday I had to wash my sheets, like I said, my blankets like 3 times in a day and a half. Actually a total of about 5 or 6 times since Monday. It's been very difficult. My husband's been at work at his office all day, so what I'm doing is I'm trying to take care of a 4-month-old puppy, Casper, who is, I'm housebreaking him, trying to housebreak him. He's learning, but he had a couple of accidents yesterday, and he had accidents because I was preoccupied with Dude picking up all of Dude's accidents. So it's like somebody is always peeing in my house. Like, you know, this is why I didn't want to get a puppy when I had a senior dog, but Casper was just, my husband needed him. They needed each other. And I have the Dude, but, you know, my hubby really needed somebody. And Casper just is, I can't tell you how much joy he is bringing us. And honestly, with, you know, I know, we're almost home. Okay, I think he's just readjusting his leg again. He kind of stands up and like it's all woo, then he lays back down. Casper is bringing a lot of joy and lightness and happiness, and I think I would be a lot more like sad and depressed right now about just, you know, having 3 out of 4 of my dogs being seniors. And Casper is really cheering me up, and he's kind of like a therapy dog right now. He's doing such a good job, and he just makes me smile. And I was crying, and I was really upset, and he came over, and he just looked devastated. I mean, this puppy, like, looked devastated. His eyes were so sad, and he just came over and kind of put his head on my shoulder, and he's like, Mom, don't be sad. And I was like, oh my God, you're the best. So, you know, but at the same time, having a puppy who I'm trying to housebreak and a senior dog who is having many, many senior moments and accidents, it's a lot. I'm cleaning constantly and trying to make sure everybody is taken care of. My husband's working a half a day today, so he's been home. That's why Casper or nobody else is with me. He's home taking care of everyone, and I said, thank God. I was supposed to go to a mammogram today, you guys. Dude, I had to reschedule my mammogram appointment today. Luckily, I remembered to do it. I was thinking today was Thursday. I was so confused because the last 2 days have been a blur. Every night this week, since Monday night, I have been up maybe every 1 to 2 hours with Dude. Finding him when he gets lost in the dark. He gets out of the bed and then he can't find his way back in the bed and he cries, so I have to find him and get him back in bed. So I have not had any. Last night we slept pretty good. I think I got a good 5 hours of sleep in a row. But for the past, I want to say 5 to 6 days, I have not slept more than like 5 hours straight. I don't know what 7 or 8 hours of sleep feels like. I haven't done it in so long. So I went through this with Rusty. My husband and I took turns with Rusty where we were up all night with her and we were both sleep deprived. And the sad thing is, it's like the puppy stage. I said it doesn't last forever. They grow out of it. Like the puppy stage is crazy, but they grow out of it. You know, there's like a expiration date on it. Well, with the Dude, sadly, I will do whatever I have to do, and I know he's going to have an expiration date on it because someday he's just not going to be here. So you know what? I'm not going to complain about anything I have to do with him and what I have to do to take care of him because someday none of that will matter, and I'm just going to want him back. So I'm not even complaining about staying up all night with him or lack of sleep or anything. But I am trying to do my best to just like do some self-care and take care of myself. So that's why I couldn't do the last couple of days of videos. I'm like, I can't do it. I can't push myself like this. But we are home. We're in the driveway. And let's see the little man. Hold on. There he is. Look how happy you look. You look happy that you spent $647 or so dollars. Are you gonna have this food that we got you? You are so tiny. A little bat. I love you. we're going to go inside and tell Daddy all the news, and we're going to unpack all of his multiple bags back there, and maybe you'll get a nugget treat. Yes, and I can start you with some of the meds right away, they said. So we're going to do that. I will report back from inside. Back home. The little spud is resting comfortably on my pillow. Yeah, you are. Yes, I called you a spud. Hi, handsome. I know, buddy. You're home. I know. Oh, look at his bruise. That's from where he got his blood draw. Oh, buddy. Okay, you just rest on my pillow. Okay? Here. Make you a little person. His little blanket. So, dude is here resting comfortably, and he's going to take a nap. And tonight we will start that whole range of meds for him, and hopefully he'll be feeling better soon. So thank you for being patient while I haven't been uploading and doing a lot this week. But this guy has been my 100% priority, as he should be. And there's the other priority. This kook and this Lydia. Don't you steal his pajamas. Casper's like, ooh, it's a new blanket. God, he's huge. Can you believe he's only 4 months old? He is humongous. Yeah? And you're very handsome. Okay, Casper, say bye to everybody. Say bye. Bye. Don't bother the dude. He's trying to rest. Okay, I will see you guys soon. Bye.